Wiccan is relating to Wicca, a form of modern paganism. I follow a practitioner of Wicca, a form of modern paganism. Yeah, I don't fucking know. Pagan. We understand pagans. Yeah. Let's look up pagan. What the fuck is a pagan? Pagan don't necessarily mean evolution. Pagan means a person holding religious beliefs other than those of the main or recognized religions. Hey, that sound like me.
Hey, that sound like all of them. All the different denominations.
It's that person holding religious beliefs other than those of the main or recognized.
But all of them have different names, and so they different. They got different names.
What?
Buddhism talks about Buddha.
Well, pagan is saying, wait, they ain't none of those. They religious, but they ain't religious. They ain't Christian, they ain't Islam, they ain't Hindu. They something else. They don't specify. I don't know what the fuck it mean. They still don't tell me.
Ask what religion they deal with.
You got tissue in here? Paper towel time.
We record.
Huh?
Record.
Here we go again. Yeah. Hey, what did you do? I thought you were recording.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I can't clean up while we record.
What are we talking about?
What are we talking about? We talk about so much. Like, we was actually talking about finding another direction for a lot of things that we have come to learn about, and finding a direction to express that. Because we were earlier today, we was talking on the phone. We were talking about the separation. The separation of how the separation has evolved. The evolution of separation. Separate but equal. What is that? And the evolution of separation, which I think I had the way I had broke it down so we could understand it was as simple as colors was a way to separate people and class and identity.
You said colors. What kind of colors? What kind of colors?
Like, royalty wore certain colors.
Mm-hmm.
Royalty wore certain colors. Okay, let me break it down again. Okay, you got king, queen, the advisors, the religious, and the scientists. Then I guess you can go all the way down to the rich, the middle class, and the poor, or the peasants.
Right.
So I made it. The way I did it, I was like kind of simplified it with the colors. Like royalty wore purple, blue.
Right.
Then I guess the next level might have had certain colors on. Then the next level might have been in certain colors. So of course, you're probably gonna have more peasants than advisors. So you're gonna have a lot of the same colors.
What's the point?
The separation, the evolution of separation. Now, okay, let me bring it up to today's form of separation. Vaccinated and non-vaccinated. What's another one? Famous, not famous.
What's the point? What?
I don't know. We talked about it earlier.
What's the context though?
That's what I was saying. How it relates to history. How separation.
Yo, we was talking about tribe shit.
And then we got into that. You moved into that through what I was saying.
We was talking about. We was talking about how
knowledge. Okay, intelligent versus smart.
Man,
there's a difference between being intelligent and being smart.
Yeah.
Then you was talking about how even the higher up has to be able to know everything too. Has to know.
No, man, you fucking it up, man.
Well, there you go. I'm fucking it up, so you pick it up.
No, we was talking about how, like, we don't necessarily have. We was taken out of the. Oh, man, the people who was here before. Things operated based on, like, it's a nation, but within the nation is tribes. So, like, the tribes ain't just about, different niggas from the same neighborhood. We talking about family, close and distant family, and non-family. Like, in a tribe, you gotta be able to, I don't know how that shit works, man. Like, to, get a woman within your tribe and shit. Like, at what point is it not family? That whole thing. But, it was tribes. Like, niggas talking that you gotta get away from the tribal shit because we gotta get all together to, get the hijack up out of here. Like, the main thing, the main thing is they trying to destroy us all. So we gotta focus on that and get back to our other shit, our own internal personal shit after the fact. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we got a basis for it. Like, in Africa, they still pretty tribal. So we see, like, the model of what a tribe is. And, people say that tribe shit ain't gonna work when you're dealing with an enemy who use tribes against each other. gotta all come together, and that's true. Over here, like we don't have tribes necessarily. They all scattered about because niggas don't know what tribe they even from. Right? So, you know, when you got a bunch of scattered niggas who don't know who they are and where they from, it's never gonna happen when niggas come together. Because there's too much history where niggas wasn't all together. Niggas were in their own particular tribes. So when you operate within a tribe, like, you know, a tribe is a community, so, you know, individuals don't really, it ain't an individual thing. It's you one within a tribe. So if I'm in a tribe and I have beef with another tribe, I can't really war with that nigga because it's all about what the leader of the tribe say. Just like in a mob and shit. We different families. I might have beef with you, but I gotta put my shit to the side based on what the family got going on. I can't let my individual shit. You know, so once you kill a leader and it's just a bunch of individuals scattered about, it's chaos. It's never gonna come together. My thing is we gotta get back to tribe. We gotta find out who we are so we can go back to our tribe.
And then if they do, then they will be handled as an individual.
Who?
If they do go against the tribal order, then they will be handled individually.
Yeah, it's within the tribe.
Right.
Yeah, everything is taken care of within the tribe. Like,
that sounds more.
That
sounds more like order.
Well, my point is, as opposed to all a bunch of individuals. At this point, we just a bunch of individuals, especially if you don't know which tribe you're from.
Right.
Like we looking for direction, purpose, and shit. But you have to start that with, you know, like you gotta start from the foundation. You gotta find the foundation first to grow from there. That's why niggas is all scattered about, killing each other and shit, because we don't know who the fuck we are. You know what I'm saying? Once you find what tribe and all that shit, there's a certain amount of order that's restored. And your own, you know what I'm saying? You know who you are now. You know from what you speaking on. You know, like, where your people from. This is my people. Like, if I'm in Chicago and I'm just some nigga from Alabama who don't know that there's thousands of years and the stakes that's, you know, involved, I don't really have no, you know, I'm not compelled to move back there to make sure I preserve that. It's just like, well, I'm in Chicago now, so that's all. You know what I'm saying? Now that's where we at. Where nigga get a little money, what he do? He leave. They ain't no preserving the neighborhood or the community.
Romeo and Juliet.
Oh man, what that mean? What the fuck do that mean?
Romeo and Juliet. They didn't want them to be together. They was different. They was from different sects.
Why say that right there?
I'm just saying. I was just saying because, like they say, you can't help who you fall in love with.
Oh man.
And shit get twisted. It all convoluted.
You can't control, like, who you fall in love with. You can't necessarily control, but where you bring her back to, you can.
What if he don't want to come back? And what if he want to go
the
over
nigga
there?
ain't gonna want to come back if ain't nothing really bringing him back, compelling him to come back.
Well, I'm talking about.
Think about Mexicans.
I'm talking about more of what led up to now. I'm talking about back then.
God damn it! What? The way to make the fight easier from the other side of things, the people that's coming to invade, is you break up those goddamn tribes. Like, if they tribes, then they always gonna fight. You know, if they tribes from there, like, ain't no tribe gonna be in some place where they ain't from. You know, tribe mean that's where your fucking people from.
Okay.
The tribe ain't just start. The tribe been for thousands, hundreds, thousands of years, right?
Okay.
Something is implied when you say tribe. If it's a tribe, then it's a tribe that's been there for a long fucking time, right?
Okay.
So if I'm the invader, I gotta break that up. Cause if I don't, then them niggas gonna keep on coming. As long as there's one nigga that survive, he gonna keep coming. Cause his burning fucking desire is to protect his till death. That's all he really got to live by. Like, you know, you get the ones who kind of weak to say, I gotta protect the family, which I understand. But you know, at what point do you separate a warrior from a nigga who say, "Gotta protect my family," and give up? You know what I'm saying? It's a thin line between a nigga who gonna stand up and a nigga who gonna, you know, say, "Man, I gotta preserve life for my family. You gotta continue to stay on." The warrior, like, man, fuck that to the death. You know, whatever. But what was we talking about?
You're talking about tribes, preserving the tribes.
Yeah, so once, you know, now that we got a bunch of scattered niggas, you know, if you notice, the niggas who do know what tribe they from, they more calm and reserved in their approach. Like, you know, this is, you know, we got to reclaim something. Once you get to the reclaim part, then you halfway there because you understand what the fight is. Niggas ain't trying to reclaim nothing because they don't know that there's nothing to claim. Why the fuck is you looking like that? What is it? What?
A person has to be willing to uphold that standard of their tribe. If not, then they're going to venture off.
If, like, I got an example of a neighborhood where it's a bunch of niggas who real close in Mount Pleasant for however many 100 years, to my knowledge. I don't know how far I go back, I don't know. But where it's a bunch of niggas who, you know, cops ain't allowed, niggas got septic tanks, disconnected from the city to an extent where, you know, our thing is to uphold, keep our shit together. Like, there are now white people in that neighborhood. And once you get one white people, two white people, you already know what it is. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You get what? You know what I'm saying? If you're fucking people from there for hundreds, thousands of years, and you know history, you ain't gonna settle on white people. Right? Because you understand the stakes. It ain't that complicated. Right? If your shit been just black, only the people that we fuck with is really allowed to be here. Like, for real. Like, ain't too many people in the whole neighborhood who we don't know and don't know they people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There ain't too many people in the neighborhood who we don't know and don't know the people that came before them. So we ain't willing to just necessarily just invite and welcome whoever the fuck want to buy property here. There's a certain, like, whatever, you know, unspoken code within that whole, no, we ain't just selling to anybody. Gotta be restored. Once you sell, once one nigga who feel like he ain't with the rest of them, this is my property, I'm sell who the fuck I want to sell it to. Mm-hmm. And go sell it to whoever the fuck, and then 1 and 2 and 3, and then before you know it, everybody gone. Because all the property value went up too high. They building these big ass houses because they got all the money. That whole thing. Gentrification. Like, it ain't a new fucking concept. You know what I'm saying? If all the niggas in the neighborhood for all these hundreds of years understood that, and now they losing it because a grandson of one of the elders or whatever the fuck decide he ain't necessarily, he's an individual.
Rebel.
He's not part of the tribe. The tribe. Rebel, whatever the fuck. That ain't rebellious. That's ignorant. It's not rebellious to sell a fucking property. That's fucking, that's war. That's treason. Right? That's treason.
Not as something.
That's just like America letting Chinese companies buy up shit.
Treason is a good word, but I mean, if he is enticed by something that makes him want to go, like you say, we all not free thinkers, free to do what we want to do.
And that's why niggas need tribes.
I'm not disagreeing.
That's why niggas need elders to be like, nigga, please.
I'm not disagreeing.
This not even up for conversation. If you don't want to live here, we gonna find somebody else who's gonna buy the property. You're not just gonna be selling to any fucking body.
Right, okay.
That whole thing.
Now that goes, okay. That
tribe.
makes sense.
Tribe. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we gotta return to
Keep
tribes.
it real.
Because the more we fatherless and shit scattered about, the less connection we have to who we are. The easier we are to, like, what was the word you used? Entice. The easier we are to entice.
To be
Before you
enticed.
know it, all the motherfuckers who have the capabilities to lead the thing and to, you know, move into the places of elder. All them niggas done moved away because they were all enticed. Now we left with what the fuck we left with, like most of the neighborhoods. Can we see it? Look at Compton. Look all these places in America. A whole lot of enticement. You know what I'm saying? Niggas had it figured out and lost it. Tribe. You gotta have a tribe to whatever degree. People that you know, and you know they people. And we all kind of live around each other. Watch each other back. Neighbors. Community. You know what I'm saying? It was only not even a whole generation ago, nigga. I moved down there and that's what I saw. Like, whoa, niggas got a whole neighborhood to themselves and they all houses and they all decent. Well kept, respectful, respectable, looking out for each other. And now it ain't that. It's still that, but you can see what's happening. Then I got a few sold to the other people. And the more, you know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to follow it, man.
I don't fucking know.
I hear what you saying.
What you want from me?
I ain't that.
And it's the same thing with politics, same thing with football, and same thing with.
I see a lot of holes in.
Holes in what?
In what you
just say it then.
So what does incest play a part in that?
Yeah, I know a nigga from I'm just saying fucking St. Matthews, and I don't know much about St. Matthews, but that's what he tell me. It's just a bunch of niggas who from there for a long time. And they all just fucking each other, having babies with each other.
God damn.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like how that tribe should even work. I don't know. We should talk to somebody who understands tribes. You know that? What else? We answered that.
You think so?
You just answered it. I just gave you an example. Yeah. Having babies with your cousins and shit. And they just living their life and shit. Niggas said it to me, I ain't say it.
And that's the gist of it? Just
no, there's more to it.
Keep it in the family?
It ain't intentional, it's just we all here. Nobody wanna leave. We just going, hey, I don't know. Damn, cousin, huh? Fuck. Alright, I'm gonna leave you. Whatever. Nah, I ain't even gonna look.
So what?
Like, I don't know if she's my cousin. Shit, my face.
So what?
I don't think I ever had sex with none of my cousins.
No, man. Hold up, bro. So what does that make it? Does that make the tribal thing?
No, nigga, because there's other tribes. That's when the fucking discipline and order gotta come in. Gotta be rules to it at that point. I would assume.
Amongst the tribes.
Yeah, my tribe gotta have certain rules. And the next tribe gotta have certain rules. Like, how we deal with this whole mating thing and all this other shit. That's why I guess there was ceremonies and it was approved from the fathers and shit like that. You know? Handing their daughters over and shit.
So ain't no way you can keep it like this. It's going to eventually...
What?
It's going to eventually grow.
I mean, it was only a couple niggas in the Bible in the beginning. Gotta be some incest soul, man. It wasn't like 3 motherfuckers who had to populate the world? Oh, man, how'd that happen? How'd that work?
Yeah. How'd that work?
Yeah. The time Noah left with the boat and shit, like, he only had a few people with him. So, who they mate with? If they was the only ones left. I don't know, nigga.
That's a lot to...
Like, you know, a lot of people say you only deal with your own kind. Yeah. There's a lot of, you know, Chinese people and shit. So I guess they got a lot to pick from. There ain't so many, you know, other nationalities, I guess. Tribes. So get what you can get. It's just shit that I'm just talking about that.
Don't that make the gap bigger? That's what the separation, you know what I'm saying, makes the gap bigger.
What? Outside your racist shit? Nigga, I don't know what you be talking about.
Yeah. I mean, if you dealing with they commissioned this marriage, these two tribes, and then one of these same tribes commissioned another marriage between amongst another tribe. Is that not making the gap bigger?
Well, I don't know how it works. Like, what's what? Like, it won't take long for everything to be mixed the fuck up.
Exactly. That's where we at.
So when people say pure blood Cherokee, I'm like, I don't know. I fuck you know. Like, or maybe that's just how disconnected shit is. Like, maybe that's something that was taken so seriously before. Thus, documentation. Everything was documented. You know what I'm saying? Like, marriage and shit. You know, all that shit was carefully done. Like, scouting from birth and shit. Like, you know, that whole royalty thing. Like, you gonna make the perfect wife, train them up and shit. Kind of know who the fuck the husband gonna be from when they like 5. Everything was, you know, decided and carefully mapped out. I don't know. It ain't nothing like what we got now. Just a whole lot of fucking and mistake babies and shit. Most babies is mistakes. Think about it. Now, right? Niggas don't. Just women walking around and don't know who the daddy of their child is. Like, I'm pretty sure it's that nigga. Ain't no telling. Like, ain't no telling. Wow. How, nigga? How the fuck? I know niggas that's, you know, grown motherfuckers who think one nigga is, and it ain't. And even the daddy don't know. But everybody else do. That shit crazy. The son don't know, the daddy don't know, but the mama and everybody else know. And they all be looking at them niggas like, damn. Well, it's good that they close. Then they see the daddy, be like, damn, that's fucked up. You imagine that shit, man?
Damn, I'm trying to damn wrap my head around what's being said now. Like,
the daddy gotta know though.
That would be
back of his head. Boy, that boy look just like me.
You lost control of the tribe. You lose control of the tribe.
And the not daddy probably know deep down. See nigga up, they look just like this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Just every time I see that nigga, I be like, man, that nigga look just like my son.
To lose control of the tribe and his ways would be.
Man, I heard that nigga talk. He sound like my son. I don't know what the hell.
Would make it easy.
I must be going nuts.
Would make it easier to introduce classism, classifications,
what
statuses.
Well, I don't know about easy, but like, all right, like, I don't know if you could do it, but when I be thinking about this shit, it'd be like a movie be playing in my head, right? Like AI, whatever, like formulating as we go type shit. So I'll be like picturing it in my head and shit, like, ain't that hard? Like, well, you got Spain and Britain and all these niggas, all like, what the fuck could it have been like? Just war all the time, out the blue. Watching Revenant, the way them niggas be out there with the pelts and shit. Yeah, you know, niggas be talking about the loggers and shit. World's most dangerous job. The motherfuckers looking for fucking beaver fur and shit. The whole time they gotta, cause arrows just come out the woods and shit on them. By the hundreds. And that was just life, nigga. Like, We here trying to take these people's shit, and they just won't leave us alone. You know what I'm saying?
I'm still trying to wrap my head around the evolution of separation, though. What does Babylon play a part in that?
Man, what the fuck do that mean? I don't know what that means. What that mean?
Babylon was a point of separation, right?
Point of separation? What that mean? What the fuck do that mean? A point of separation?
It was a point when things were separated. The languages, the nations.
Oh, you mean in the Bible and shit?
Yeah. Babylon was a point of separation.
Like where everything. I don't really know the story.
What was first?
What?
Babylon or the No. Babylon was before the Great Flood. Because after the flood, the New Testament came in.
I don't know all the stories.
So the fall of Babylon created the separation. Then the flood came in.
You just be throwing me for a fucking loop, nigga. What you be talking about?
I'm trying to wrap my head around the evolution of separation. How did things get so?
Saying the same words, nigga, don't help.
How did everything get so separated? I ain't trying to use the same words. I'm just reiterating the conversation. Cause you got the whole white and black thing. It ain't about race. It's about class. That's a separation.
Where's Babylon? All right.
Where is it? Right. Where is Babylon?
I gotta talk to somebody who knows something.
Shit, that's why you talking to them Google, nigga.
I trust Google. But yeah, it's just I don't know how to answer that. I don't know. That whole Babylon thing. What you said? It was a point of separation. That's where they were sent and scattered.
You said that's where they were sent and scattered?
Yeah.
No, that's where the scattering happened.
Where was they at when? Where the Tower of Babel? Ain't that what it was at?
Yeah. Yeah, that's why they call it Babylon.
Oh, I don't know that. I don't know that. I don't know if you just said that just because you wanted to say it.
Man.
I don't know, man. Fuck. I don't know. Still just sounds so corny. Changed their tongue so they couldn't speak to each other no more.
Mesopotamia.
All right. Yeah, I don't know, man. Fuck. What was we talking about? Damn it! What was we talking about? I think you do that on purpose. Why you do that? I don't know why you do that shit.
Okay, yeah. The Tower of Babel was in Babylon, which was in Mesopotamia. we're talking about the separation. And you talked about the tribes, which there are many tribes. So there's a separation right there in itself, being separate tribes. Then we talked about how tribes arranged marriages, which would cause more separation and a bigger gap within tribes.
I don't see how, nigga. Like, that's keeping it closer.
Not if one tribe arranges a marriage with this tribe and this same tribe arranges a marriage with another tribe. Now you're creating a gap.
It's better than the bitch just going about her business and fucking some other nigga from whoever.
But you're still creating gaps. That's what I'm saying. You're creating more separation and gaps.
I mean, if it's documented, I don't know, man. I don't know.
This would seem like it's the inevitable.
But these tribes been around for thousands of years, nigga. Somehow they've been able to. You know what I'm saying?
Keep it together.
Like if my family stayed. If some of my family stayed at the house that my great-great-grandfather built, then there's always going to be that family there. Regardless to what family branches off, that tree is still there. Like, generation after generation. Like my sister, whoever, had babies, and her babies stay there and live in the house. For like we talking about hundreds and thousands of years. Like, it was somehow they was keeping shit in order.
I agree. I'm not disagreeing, but
like,
somewhere there was a confusion.
Shit.
Somewhere there was a confusion or something crept its way in and confused things.
Well, yeah, confused in a way. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, even if you're just talking about this current thing is like, I don't claim to know what America looked like 5,000 years ago. But in the last 500 years, what happened is becoming clear. You know what I'm saying? And everything has been changed.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta dig for what really happened. So, you know, yeah, it's like, there's places in the world where the same people live for fucking thousands of years. And there they still are. So it ain't that far-fetched. Whether it be incest or whatever the fuck, they've been able to keep their shit where it's at for thousands of years. They know everything around about that place that they from and their family from. And our shit was disrupted. If you from here and your family from here, which, you know, some people may prove through documents, then you one of those people who family from fucking here, the South. Like, we all say that niggas from the South, right? You talking about the Great Migration and all that shit. Talk about the fucking Trail of Tears. It all happened in the South, and people moved from here to wherever they're at now, for the most part. You know, ODB said his grandfather sold Manhattan to the white man, like his people, and it was kind of documented that it's his people that did it. So that's New York. Whenever that happened, we was there. Whether it was fraudulent or not, you know, documents and shit. Whoever that nigga was that sold that shit was from there. You know what I'm saying? Even the white people say that's what happened. They bought Manhattan for $24.
People stopped caring about. Did they stop caring about
Beads and
tradition?
trinkets.
Was that it?
Huh?
They stopped caring about tradition? Damn. And lost all trace of record? Or maybe the records weren't lost. Maybe certain people moved out of the tribe and just, and then the tribe said, "Oh, let them go. They out."
Minuet is generally credited with orchestrating the purchase of Manhattan Island for the Dutch East India Company from the Lenape Indians for 24 fucking hours worth of trinkets. So, old dirty bastard claimed that his people was the Lenape Indians.
How you spell that? Lenape?
It don't matter. It's just like. That was in the 1600s, so that's what, 400 years ago? So he's saying that his people been around for 400 fucking years. So how can he be African and all that shit? You know what I'm saying? And how long was they there by the time they sold Manhattan? Like, you know what I'm saying? How long people been around? If they say hundreds of thousands of years, then niggas been here for however long that been. So just to talk about the last 400 years is kind of nuts when you look at it.
I don't fucking know, man. But I know this shit is crazy.
What we talking about? Man, we got this shit recorded. We ain't talking about shit. Let's talk about the rats in them.
What is that? I didn't.
So the dude did the experiment. We talked about this shit before. Like, you look at where we at, right? They said it that a bunch of fucking rats, nigga. We ain't got that. But create a environment where they could kind of carve out their own little society up in that motherfucker, and just see what happens. And over time, the rats set up a little society in that bitch where a hierarchy existed, where all the alphas ran shit, all the more submissive males kind of had to sit amongst each other and just be nothings, trying to fuck on each other and all this craziness. And the women, all the females kind of gravitated to the alphas, to where the alphas had like a prison, nigga, where all the OGs, the gangsters, the toughest motherfuckers got it set up where they live in lavish, and everybody else kind of gotta, the punks and all that shit gotta play their part, and everybody else is just kind of doing what they can, kind of catering to the higher echelon of prison. That's what happened in fucking them, nigga, and that's what's happening in the streets, like in the world, like in America rather, like you gotta wear. Women done came to terms with, that's when training shit, when I grew up, a girl would tell you, hell nah, I wouldn't sleep with that star just cause he's a star. Like, I got more self-respect than that. Whether she was lying or not, she would say, these women now, nigga, they tell you straight up, hell yeah, nigga. Like, of course I'm gonna fuck that nigga, cause he got all the whatever. I don't fuck with dope deals cause, I respect myself. Not women is like, of course I'm gonna fuck with the dope deal. Like, he's the man. He's the... cuckold society and shit, where that shit is kind of prevalent. where even if you're in a homosexual, you will willing to submit to your women to the point where you let somebody else fuck her. Even if you don't get off on it, you resign to that realization where she would rather fuck somebody. So in order to stay with her, I'll just let her fuck somebody else. And as long as I'm around to, I don't fucking know, protect her or whatever. Like, if you don't get off of it, what the fuck is you doing in the room? That whole thing. That whole where you would kill yourself because your woman left you. That whole thing. Like, you could call it toxic masculinity if you want to, but wasn't too much of that shit going on. A nigga will kill a woman, but a nigga ain't gonna kill himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a whole nother level. You gonna end your life because she did whatever. And that might sound crazy, like, I don't even condone that shit, honestly, but, what we talking about?
You were talking about denim.
Oh yeah, so that's kind of what's happening, nigga. Like Alphas could take this motherfucker over right now if they wanted to, cause niggas so soft. Niggas so quick to second guess aggression. Quick to second guess, or suppress instinct and shit. Motherfucker, I seen a video yesterday where, man, this shit funny as hell. So I seen a video yesterday, right? It's a white dude and his family sitting on his balcony next to the fucking mountains in like Aspen somewhere. Snow and shit all over. They right on the balcony, right on the mountain, nigga. Shit is crazy. So they sitting there chilling and shit, and it rumbled and shit. And they looking, and it's like it's an avalanche about to start. And the wife is like, "Oh, is that an avalanche?" And the husband is like, "Oh, nah, it's all good. It's controlled. It's controlled. Don't worry." And shit start building and building. You know how avalanche work. Shit start coming down and getting bigger and bigger and shit. And the wife is like, "You sure, nigga?" The wife is like, "Hold on, you sure? You sure it's safe?" And the kids is like, "Daddy." And homeboy's like, "No, it's cool. Don't worry, it's cool." And the family's like, "Nah, nigga, that shit coming right towards us." And he's like, no, ain't nothing to worry about. And the motherfucker get, too close to be, too close for comfort. And the family start like, "Oh shit, everybody around start, you gotta get out of here." And this motherfucker, after telling his family that, there's nothing to worry about, instead of grabbing his kids and his wife and getting the fuck out of here, he left all of them and ran.
Damn.
So what I'm saying to say that is that whole protection mechanism. You know what I'm saying? Like, first instinct is to protect the woman and kids and shit. Like when Snoop was saying we don't love them hoes, I really feel like that now, nigga. Like, that European fucking thing with men, how they hate their mothers, man. That shit done pervaded in our shit to where we starting to act like that. Like Tupac said, why have a generation of babies that hate the ladies? That whole shit, like. Oh yeah, that go back to the whole rats and them thing, like the hierarchy, man. Like that society that the mice, the rats, built, dictated, and that motherfucker became like a prison, nigga, where the soft. Cause it's like self-policing and shit. Like, we gonna do it how we do it. The humans in the experiment just they just built it and let them do it how they want to do it. And that's how it came out. where it was like 3 motherfuckers who was actually 3 rats that was actually like living a life. Like 95% of the other population was just like running around in circles, and then the little not as masculine males was, just like they banished, like in exile to themselves. They couldn't deal with the women. They couldn't really get food like that, so they just, ate scraps and whatever crumbs they can get, and kind of just, Then, another, cycle past that, they just stopped breeding and shit. You follow me, nigga?
Yeah. I'm listening.
One level past that was just stop breeding, or inability to breed. So, and that's just a natural evolution of rats, nigga. And here we are as humans, and I don't think humans would go that way, left to their own devices, but that whole rats and them thing is being, destroying a home, making niggas soft, toxic masculinity and all that bullshit. All this some crazy shit they got going on. It's like that rats and them, nigga.
What the hell is a toxic masculinity?
Yeah.
Somebody too masculine?
Nigga, do some etymology, nigga. What you mean? Toxic masculinity. What the fuck is that?
Too much masculinity. That's what I'm saying. That's what that mean?
No, nigga, toxic. What the fuck toxic mean?
Toxic is. I know what toxic means. Toxic masculinity. Toxic is something that's dirty.
Toxic mean that shit'll kill you.
Unclean.
Toxic is deep than just toxic is you fuck with that, you gonna die.
I'm trying
Shit gonna make you sick.
You put it together, toxic masculine. So being too masculine make you sick, or masculinity is a sickness?
Yeah. It's toxic masculinity is a sickness, yeah.
Why?
Why what?
Why is it a sickness?
Nigga, what the fuck you mean?
Masculine.
Why? I'm saying.
Hmm?
This shit don't exist to me.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's what I
That
was
term
trying.
don't exist to me.
That's what I was trying to.
Term that's out there.
I was trying to understand. Did you?
Nigga, you brought it up.
I ain't said nothing about no masculinity.
Maybe I said no.
Yeah, you was talking about masculinity. You was talking about the rats and them, and you started talking about masculinity within the household. Speaking on cuckold and stuff like that, you started saying that.
Yeah.
But the whole is like, why they trying to erase masculinity? Like masculinity is not necessary.
They got videos, man. Like this whole Gunna shit. Like this shit is so fucking crazy, nigga. Motherfucker making videos about him snitching and shit. Like that dude could never walk around nowhere in America.
What that mean? What that got to do with masculinity?
But this video, this social media shit is a fucking. Cause it's just kids being kids, like being allowed to be kids.
You said they're being allowed to be kids?
Yeah, but like they don't understand the power that they have with that shit they got.
But we say you should let the kids be kids, but
That's what niggas ain't trying to fight.
But there's nothing wrong with that until it becomes toxic.
What?
There's nothing wrong with being a kid until it becomes.
Nigga, I'm talking about running.
Until they start trying to. You said running social media.
Right. Kids being allowed to do kiddie shit on a powerful platform. Ain't nobody in between them while they communicating on social media to mediate, to, That's one thing to be in school.
Is that being the?
If you in school,
is that being grown?
What?
Just navigating how you want to navigate on social media. Is that a way of being grown? Like, I'm grown. It's my social media. I'm grown.
It's 3-year-olds on that shit. 4-year-olds. Like,
3-year-olds.
It's power. Like, power beyond their understanding.
I ain't talking about 3-year-olds. I'm talking about.
I was just saying, like, from that age, they have the power to communicate to other people without nobody being in between them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's true.
Like, and the world can see it. It's like when you was in high school, you write a note to a chick and she shit on you, she rejects your ass. How embarrassing was it if she showed the rest of the class that note? Like, ew, nigga, you smell like mothballs and shit. And then she opened the letter up and showed everybody else in class. Look at this mothball smelling ass nigga asking me if I go out with his ass. How embarrassing was that? Now the whole world could see that letter. Forever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
screenshot. You
get beat up in school, like you hand to hand, and that nigga just whoop your motherfucking ass.
And somebody
like, you embarrassed in school, but now, nigga, it's the whole world. Oh, that's that nigga. They got beat up, like, the whole world know. So now it's like, I gotta go kill that nigga, cause
I gotta get my face back.
I gotta get my face back. To the whole world, not just the school, nigga, cause niggas gonna clown you for a good 3-4 weeks. You get like beat up, nigga. But after a few weeks, it's like, okay, move on. Not on social media. You always gonna be that nigga. Let me pull it up. Look at your ass. My shit got 1 million views. 1 million motherfuckers done like this video of you getting your ass whooped. And my cousin who know his cousin who know his cousin who know his cousin in St. Louis. And ain't your daddy in St. Louis? So all them know too. So when you go see your daddy, all them niggas there, look at that nigga who got his ass whooped all the way in fucking South Carolina. Forever. What was we talking about?
Toxic masculinity. And the threats of the internet. Interaction. The threats of kids. You said no mediation in between the internet and the kids.
Yeah, ain't nobody. Like, think about it, nigga, when you was young, somebody had to call a house. We don't talk about this shit. Just in one generation, nigga. Went from the only contact to anybody outside the house was through the phone, which had to be dialed, and everybody heard it. And you could run and get that bitch, but your mama might fuck around and answer it first. And hello? And there got to be a little conversation before she handed the phone over. You know what I'm saying? It had to be a little bit of resistance for you to try to, you know what I'm saying, do what you do. These kids be 3 years old. Imagine when your child 3, anybody trying to contact her. That shit is, what you mean? What you call them? 3 years old? What the fuck you need to talk to them? Nah, they right there on the phone, man. Till they grow up in it. And now it's just a part of their life. Man. I don't know how the fuck, man. Like, I don't know. I know of a time before it, so I could see the difference in real life and not these people, these kids now, man. What the fuck was we talking about? Oh, man.
We talked about a lot. I'm just trying to figure out a way to bring it all together now.
Oh yeah, well the whole point was the rats and them. Like the next step was breeding. No more breeding. Or breeding dropped off a whole lot.
The breeding of what? Rats?
The rats. Shit, cycles and shit. I'm just saying, look at society, nigga. Look at our community. It's a movie too, nigga.
I'm trying to bring this together though, bro. I'm trying to bring it together, like from where we started.
Alright, we bring it together, nigga.
That's what I'm trying to do. I mean, because I see, honestly, in everything we done talked about, there are separations. I see separations. The separation between parenting and social media. The social media give you a influence of being grown, because you can control your own social media, your own sites. Not saying you doing it, not saying it's right what you're doing on social media, but these kids actually feel like they grown just because they can. I got my own website. I got my own Facebook. Now you think you grown.
What the fuck is a grown nigga? They got power. Fuck you mean? You don't get the power they have? They know that they have in their fucking hands?
I mean, but that's what we in this world we equate them. We kind of equate power with being okay. I'm grown. I'm grown. I got the power to do what I want to do because I'm grown.
What's your point?
The point is, like I said, I'm trying to bring the separation of things together. The evolution of separation. I know I keep repeating that, but you keep asking me, what are we talking about? And that's what we're talking about.
All right, let me read this real quick. At the peak population, most mice spent every living second in the company of hundreds of other mice. They gathered in the main squares waiting to be fed and occasionally attacking each other. Few females carried pregnancies to term, and the ones that did seemed to simply forget about their babies. They'd move half their litter away from danger and forget the rest. Sometimes they drop and abandon the baby while they were carrying it. A few secluded spaces housed the population Calhoun called the beautiful ones. Generally guarded by one male, the females and few males. Generally guarded by one male, the females and few males inside the space didn't breed or fight or do anything but eat and groom and sleep. When the population started declining, the beautiful ones were spared from violence and death, but had completely lost touch with social behaviors, including having sex or caring for their young.
It's a lot.
So, where we at again? Where we at? We hand our kids over. Like, I could speak for myself. I didn't know the depth of school and how fucked up it was until years of seeing it and having to do my own research and shit. But I knew in the beginning that I didn't feel comfortable handing my child over to these fucking schools. Food. Like, I always knew McDonald's was fucked up, but I let her eat it sometimes. Took her there myself. All these things we doing to the people that we supposed to protect, those are supposed to be our top priority. These are children. These, you know what I'm saying? Like, you fuck with a bear's cub, you come anywhere near a bear cub, and the mama gonna come get you. You don't have to come close enough for her to. She gonna, like, if you come there and she smell you, nigga, she going for you. Don't come nowhere near that. Dogs, they fucking bite your fucking head off. You fuck with their puppies.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I can only speak for myself, but just those two examples. It's like you compromise and you compromise. You know, we allow the state to run shit. You know, to say as a man, that whole toxic masculinity shit. To say as a man, like, you know, fuck that. Divorce ain't an option. It's kind of wild in today's society to tell your wife that you married and divorce ain't an option. We gonna work it out regardless. What would they call that now in our society? Like
Controlling.
who does that? You know what I'm saying? Like, you would think that's the whole point, and both parties go into it with that mindset, but that shit sound extreme to both parties at this point. To say that and have that feeling, like, thick and thin, nigga, we doing this. You know, like, man, it sounds scary. You know, options and shit, like.
I wanted to say that so bad. I wanted to say it so bad.
What, options?
When you start introducing all these options,
Yeah.
I wanted to say that shit.
And that's a part of the beast.
I was like, I say this
Ain't
nigga gonna
that
act
what the
up.
devil said?
When you start introducing all these options, that's where separation come in. Like I said, making shit enticing, all these options.
I told you about the girls, man. I mean, they Instagram models, quote unquote, but it's like 6 of them around the room at a radio station, and they went around the room. You rather have a boyfriend, long-term boyfriend, or Instagram? All them bitches say Instagram.
My homeboy say when his kids was first born, when they first got on solid foods, he said he was strictly feeding them vegetables. And he said the first time he introduced anything that was sweet, he said they wouldn't eat the vegetables no more.
Awesome.
He said they was tearing the vegetables up, but when he first introduced that sweet shit, gave him that other option, he said he tried to feed him the vegetables again, they spitting that shit out. He couldn't get him to eat unless he gave him the sweet shit. The options. The options, bro, that shit. If you never introduce a person to something, they'll never know.
Well, I don't know if it's not about, it's about understanding priorities and shit.
But you don't understand that until you get older. You don't really get it until you get older. But as a child, it's just you don't understand it, and once you get older, then you start to understand. Damn, this shit is not good. This shit's fucking me up.
Would you consider the Amish a cult?
Nah, they would be like a tribe.
So, how they able to keep their shit together with all these options?
Because
That's what I'm saying.
Because it goes back to what you said in the about the rat thing.
What?
Eventually, they started them dropping motherfuckers off and leaving their asses. Fuck them. Okay, you want to go out there? Fuck you, going out there. Now you out of the damn group. You out of the group now. You done went the other way.
What you mean? What? That ain't what I said.
That's when you talking about the rat thing.
They was dropping their babies and shit, and leaving them. Not on purpose, just because they ain't give a fuck about them.
Well, I'm putting it in the human perspective now. In the
What
human,
does that do with the Amish?
in the human perspective, if you don't want to daggum stick around and stay here and follow our way, then go on out there and never come back again.
Yeah, I'm sure that got to be the Amish approach.
That's what it is.
But it can't be simply that. You got to give me something to sustain. What's sustainable about what you offering? It ain't the same thing. Like, when you ain't got shit, it's kind of hard to give motherfucker an ultimatum. The Amish have something to fall back on. So when they say, if you want to go out there, do that. But a nigga in the projects, how you going to say that when you in the projects and you broke? It's not the same thing. They got a whole civilization back there in the cut.
I see. Yeah, I mean,
Where they run their own shit and they understand.
I get that. I get that because you talking about the project versus motherfucker that got
They
50
run
acres,
all that.
50 acres and
Yeah.
they
50.
living good. You know,
100.
that's a whole different. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole different perspective. You know, you're looking at.
That's what I'm saying. Having references to shit that's available now that we can point to have a model of.
I mean, who wouldn't want to separate from the goddamn project?
Well, if your family in the projects, you know. but the projects themselves. Like,
Well, the thing
when you in the
is,
projects and you broke.
but the thing is, you try. The thing would be to try to help get your family out of the projects. I'm trying to help you get out of the projects, so I ain't gonna go out here and do nothing crazy.
That don't sound like what you saying when you telling the motherfucker that's what you want. You go out there. That don't sound like what they said.
Well, that's just what I'm saying. If you're in a good situation, if you already in a good situation, is that's what you want. Well, go ahead and don't never come back. But if you're in a bad situation, is look, man, I'm trying to get out of here so I can get y'all up out of here. It's the dynamics change.
I don't know, man. I don't remember what you was talking about.
You gotta stop that, man. You gotta stop smoking. You forget what we talking about.
You get me off track, man.
How am I getting you off track? I'm on the same track you talking on. We talking about options. Having these options. If you're gonna if you're already in a good situation, you're gonna take another option. That right there, I can't really. That's hard to see unless you just don't like that situation. Okay, I don't like being here, even though it's feeding me and structuring me. But nigga, I want to go goddamn throw my ass or show my ass. I want to go show my ass like everybody else because I see.
Well, we know
they're
that
having
story.
fun. They're having fun over there. This ain't fun, man. I'm saying them.
Yeah, we got that too. Like, that should be genuine. Like women that want to play sports, but their parents say, "Nah, you gotta take care of the house, learn how to cook and shit. You concentrate on the house, the school and shit. You ain't got time for that sports shit. That'd be real, and there'd be a lot of regret with that shit when they get older and shit. Like,
Right. See, you went back to what I said. You don't realize until you get older. They say a lot of men don't become men till they hit their 30s. 30s, middle
I'm
30s.
talking more so about getting out in the world, like, well, like the Amish thing, where they be like, "Nah, you can't do that because this is what we do." And if you push the issue, then it's like, well, that's where you want to go, then go do that. But I don't know if sports qualify for that. And it might in the parents' mind though, like that should just lead to sin and fucking. You know what I'm saying? But there'll be a lot of regret when you get older. It's like, yeah, I couldn't do such and such, so I'm gonna make sure my daughter do that. That whole like, I want my kids to have what I didn't have. Right. And before you know it, you done moved out the hood and lost connection with all your people and shit. You regret. Now your children's soft and shit. You like resigned to like, well, I know my kids is pussies because they ain't never have to deal with nothing because we all the way in the suburbs. Ain't never no drama. And drama is kind of what molded me and made me into a man I am. But I can never expect my kid to be that man. You gotta, that's some new shit. A couple generations ago, I don't think niggas was, I don't think it was a case where niggas refused to move back home or, I don't know when that shit existed.
What's that?
But it ain't really the same, cause when white people move up, out the house and shit, they get a house in a similar neighborhood to the one they parents from. You know what I'm saying? It ain't the same. It ain't like moving out the hood and getting something nicer, safer. It's just I'm in a safe neighborhood. Now I'm gonna go buy a house in another safe neighborhood. The dynamic ain't the same. Can't really compare it to nothing else. So it's like, like no other really culture that I'm familiar with. What?
I'm just trying to understand.
Maybe Mexicans.
The better, so you saying the better you live, the softer you become, or am I just?
Nigga, if you grew up in a hood and you had to fight and you become a tougher individual than if you live in the suburbs and never have a rent. Am I wrong?
I'm not disagreeing with it. I'm just
niggas take pride in what they live through. Then they have kids and put them in a better situation. That's like, damn, soft like a motherfucker. I don't know. That's what I see. That's what I believe. I've had that conversation before. That makes sense. Why you looking all confused and shit? I don't know what the fuck we talking about.
Just having a conversation, bro. Just having a conversation. I mean, I get it. I get where you're coming from. To have to grow up in a much more harder environment would make you more, tougher.
Yeah, all the money leave the hood. That's why the hood look how it look.
Instead of being able to buy a new car when it breaks down, you have to fix that car, then it's gonna make you kind of a tough individual to fix that car.
Yeah. Remember having to clean your shoes up and shit?
Yeah.
You think kids still do that?
Nah, they just get a banana pair of shoes.
Nigga, how many times you took a toothbrush and soap and shit?
Lots of times.
Lots of motherfucking times. A whole bunch of times.
Yeah.
It was a part of it.
It's and it builds character.
Yeah. Fixing a bike, your bike break.
Yeah.
Nigga.
Shit, you can build a bike from scratch.
From scratch.
Yeah.
Think about the shit we did when we was young, nigga. Like, even TV. Hanging and shit. Move that bitch around and shit. Like, man, with the pliers.
Now you just stream everything.
Having a tape shoe, I don't know if you ever do that. Having to tape your shoes up, like, damn, get a hole in your shit. Nigga, shit. Wearing the same clothes and shit.
See, now you got me thinking where this came from. Where did this? It came from the rats in them.
Oh, I just read that to say, look at the similarities, nigga. Abortion and all that shit. Bitches to kill a baby quick. Few females carry pregnancies to term. Like, they didn't give a fuck at that point. Like, and the ones that did seem to simply forget about their babies. Like, a bunch of goddamn meth addicts and shit.
Are we comparing people to rats?
Nigga, I'm just saying. Yeah, I am. Yeah. You don't see the similarities? How bitches out here just wanting to fuck? How niggas is more timid than the women?
Wow. Oh, man, that's...
To the point where niggas don't fight, they just rather, to save their pride, shoot up some shit, and then be in prison crying and shit. It's the crying in prison shit that get me. Like, I ain't never want to go to prison. I done did some shit, but I ain't never, like, nigga, no. To kill somebody is like last resort, nigga. Like, these niggas take ass whooping and want to kill niggas. Cause it's big now to lose ass whooping. None of my niggas was trying to shoot up nothing. We thought shooting was pussy. You gotta go get the gun, nigga, you soft. If it's just one-on-one and you gotta get the gun, you soft. Ain't nothing gangster about that shit. It was a dope game that brought the guns and shit. When shit got more serious, where I gotta take this nigga out, cause he gonna take me out over this business, over this money. It wasn't really about that before that, in my opinion. We fight niggas and, might fight them again and shit, but to murder that nigga, ain't nobody think like that. None of my people. There was a couple of them niggas. There was a few of them niggas who, niggas be like, man, put the fucking gun away. What you doing? Like, damn. But,
Now, will a person say something like that? Would they be considered soft?
What, put the gun away?
Yeah.
I don't know how these young people think, man. Yeah, but it wasn't crazy for a nigga to say, like, if one of these niggas got a gun and we just beef on some niggas, Like the time we wasn't on that. That was people out fucking with. We wasn't on that. And some of my niggas got shot and murdered and shit, but we wasn't on that. I ain't never really been on that. I ain't never see a reason for it. You know. I'm just, you know, I don't know.
Social media, boy.
Yo. Yeah.
Friday. Yeah. Well, I ain't working Friday. Maybe early Friday. Okay. Okay. Yep. You said a lot, man. I'm just.
Hey man, I got them hoodies coming out, man. When I get them hoodies out, man, we need to do like a showcase or whatever the fuck you call it.
Hey,
just
that
hang a bunch of them shits up.
That on your what you got on your on your bargain?
What?
That's embroidery.
Yeah. What?
I just asked it because I was.
It's a patch. It's an embroidery patch, and it's sewn on there.
From the inside.
No, it's a patch, and they sew it on there. I don't know how to do it. I thought about getting it sewn straight on.
Yeah, we need to talk about that.
What?
How your man do that and what his prices for it.
Oh yeah. All right.
Yeah, because that's how, you know what I'm saying? That's how I want to do mine. I think I want to do the embroidery.
Yeah. Shit, you know, well, you might not know. Yeah, definitely. I need to go holler at that nigga anyway. Definitely, man. Yeah, because I got to get all my shit done. I need to go holler at that nigga tomorrow.
Yeah, man, because we got a lot of stuff coming out, bro. I got some stuff I'm ready to come out with. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Suave got some stuff coming through.
Yeah, I mean, shit, we got all use the same people, man. Get them paid.
Right.
For sure. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know that's what I'm about anyway, man. Once I realize they do what the fuck I need done right and how I want it, that's the next move. Everybody I know that do what I do or similar shit, we all go in the same goddamn place. We gonna perfect this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
yeah, we gonna perfect this shit, man. Like, I seen some dope shit out there. I ain't never really gave a fuck about fashion and shit. You know, but shit seems to be interesting to me now.
Damn, you ain't even say nothing about this.
What? What on? Hell yeah.
Shit, 1 hour and 23 minutes.
Put it out. We just gotta keep it going, man. When we find something interesting, we talk about that. Till then, we just put out what we put. Just keep it going.
I'm with it.
Keep it going. If we get 2 views, fuck them. We gonna promote this shit. Drop a couple snippets, and when we find something that's like that fucking, like that transplant conversation, we talk to all the different people from up north that moved down south and vice versa. That's an important conversation, man. When we do that, then we'll have something like this is a real. This is like when you special whatever you be doing. You know, like we can have our little just talking shit, whatever conversation ones, but then we have the ones where we need to do that shit right, have the shit situated right. You know, location, food or whatever. Just have a conversation, man. Cause that's the conversation we need to have. Give weight to the shit we talking about. ain't just talk. It's something that's, something that's real and something that's active and real. Like how can we be all trying to connect these dots and coming to similar conclusions to our mutual benefit? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They try to make us to be these destructive beings, but we ain't fell that far, nigga. Too bad, nigga. We ain't fall that far, so we still all redeemable in our own eyes. So fuck what y'all feel. You know? That whole thing.
Your mans ain't never hit you up.
Who that? Who, Pete?
No.
Who?
What happened to the... Yeah. I thought that was something that was gonna happen.
Hello? Yeah, you. What up? Shit. You right? Yeah. Shit. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right. All right. What the fuck was that? So, all right. So, wow. Okay. Got a friend of mine. Said he wanna do a DMX thing for him.
DMX.
He mentioned it before.
You paying?
Yeah, he offering to pay. Yeah.
Shit.
I guess he's serious. But he want me to do this DMX thing. Like DMX like in a pose, like posing for like a regal picture. Like royalty kind of, I guess. Let's see what I can do.
Shit, as long as that nigga pays, yeah, what's the hold up?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so.
What about Rock Fan, man?
What about
The last little podcast you had sent me to listen to with your boy Tinfoil.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What about it?
That was interesting. Very, very
What you
interesting.
talking about, the Moors?
Yeah. All that. The whole
That was interesting.
the whole conversation was crazy. I mean, because it definitely lines up with what my man P been saying for a long time.
I need to talk to that nigga. Oh,
It lined up with what he been saying for a long time.
listen to the whole shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about that, man.
He even talked about the Gopher Wood.
Yeah.
He talked about all that.
Right. So.
Yeah. And like I said, P been talking about that shit for a long time.
Yeah, man.
And your boy, he was mind blown. What's his name?
Sam Tripoli.
Yeah. Sam Tripoli. He was, and we did the podcast before, where Sam Tripoli and his tinfoil hat was talking some shit about,
You know who said that to me? I don't know. No, never mind.
was talking shit about Tyreek and what he was saying about blacks being a major part of inventing a lot of things that we use today.
Yeah, I remember that.
As if to say, motherfucker, stop lying. But now,
Right.
he did this with this guy that was basically
Oh, so what you saying is
that was basically confirming a lot of a lot of shit that Tariq Nasheed was saying. So I think apologies are in order. But I don't hear this nigga apologize. This cat, this dude, Sam Tripoli. Sam Tripoli.
He need to apologize to Tariq Nasheed.
To the whole goddamn black community. That's what I would think. But, you know, who am I? But it sounds like apologies are in order. Sam Tripoli.
So it's like,
He even talked about the Semitic thing.
he did.
Yeah.
All right, so what we talking about is a podcast on, listen to on Rockton, on Spotify, one of shit.
Both of them, they on the same thing.
They was having a conversation about America and what America really is. You know, with the framing of when the Moors showed up in America. Those times and what they mean now. And how the reason it's mind blowing to him, or to me too, to hear white people saying is
Young white people. Not older white. Young. This dude is young.
yeah, he is a young dude.
Yeah. Young white dude.
He from Florida.
He from Florida.
He approached it from a point like, this is where I'm from. I'm studying my state. He got an education in whatever. He a doctor, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think he a real doctor though. He called himself doctor, whatever. But you know, it's deep what he was saying.
Very deep. I mean, but
Like, okay, I think the main
it goes with a lot of shit that we've been saying that P brought to us.
yeah, there's that, but there's also the. No, he's talking about the Celtic thing.
All that shit.
Irish.
All that.
What is Irish? What was Irish?
What was it?
To speak of Irish with the red hair and all that shit, like, what does that mean? Like, you got Irish now with red hair, but what do the Irish that he talking about look like? Or Celtic? You know what I'm saying? So with that, it's like,
Yeah, nigga, my damn hair at the end got hints of red.
what, bro? That's my point. So, but he was trying to imply that we talking about the Irish now. Irish got red hair. Irish are known for red hair, but they white. Is that what the Celtics looked like back then with them times, the Moorish times? When the Moors got kicked out of Spain and came over here, all that shit. So, you know, so you have some white boys having a conversation about Moors where they have to identify Moors as black because that's what Moors quote unquote means, but still trying to separate or maybe they're accurate with it, and it was like they say Vikings, and the Vikings were, you know, Anglo-Saxon, whatever fuck. So, you know,
Black.
I don't know, but that's the shit we get into. So, you know, they speak on the Moors like, okay, we understand they black, but the Celts, they never. All they said was, well, they said red skin because of being burnt from the Gulf, potentially. Maybe that's what it is. So that implies white skin that's turned red from the sun, right? Rednecks, that whole thing. The Gulf of Mexico, the western coast of Florida. You know, yeah, that's the conversation we need to have, man. Like, I'm glad you brought that shit up. Like, all this shit gonna happen, man. All this shit happening, man. Like, You know. So with that whole thing, it's like, you know. So you want an apology from him saying, you know, for talking shit about Tyreek, and he was saying most of the shit was invented by black people. Yeah, I mean, it really ain't no going back after that. You have to assess that shit that you was talking.
But he also said the people that were already here before the Moors came were black.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which was way before
Some of them. Because he mentioned that whole redneck, that, you know, red hair, Viking shit, you know. I don't know.
which was way before the white man came.
I don't know. Like I'm saying, I'm trying to go by his interpretation of things. Like he described the Moors as black. He said Celts, but never described them as black. So you would assume he mean the current Irish, whatever the Irish look like now. I assume, you know, he said red hair, all that shit. But he actually described Vikings and some of the people who was here before as being white. Cause they reds. What you mean?
I don't remember him saying that.
Yeah. Like when the Vikings came supposedly before the Moors and all that other shit. I don't know exactly, but I remember that part where he was saying on the western coast of Florida, people from the Gulf, some of them had redbacks from the sunburn. But we could revisit that.
Yeah, we got to.
Yeah.
That part I don't remember.
Yeah. So I don't necessarily this shit gonna have to be reconciled. You know. I guess the point is, when you make an attempt to put out information, you have to be responsible for the past shit that you said. Cause we talking about black people, and what I've seen in all these, you know, these conversations among whites is they don't talk too much about black people in a good light.
Cause wouldn't that be anti-Semitic?
What?
God
damn it, that's the bullshit I be talking about, man. So
wouldn't it be anti-Semitic?
So,
Talking
you know,
shit like that.
And when I lose my thought, you be like, man, you be, god damn it. So, you know, they speaking on black history without saying black a lot of these times.
He said.
So here this time they had to put it into context. And at that point, really, you can't really go back. You know, I feel like you probably need to give him a few episodes to maybe, you know, whether or not he needs to apologize. I don't know about that, but that's your opinion. You know, but it is very interesting, and I would love to have that conversation, and we will. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because he spoke on a whole lot of shit, nigga. You know.
See, now I gotta go back and listen to it again.
Yeah, like to speak on Goforth and shit, man. Like putting all that shit together. Seminoles and shit. All these tribes.
He talked about all of it. A lot of shit.
Yeah, they covered a lot of shit.
I'll be listening to it again tomorrow.
Yeah, that was a couple weeks ago. A week ago, maybe. Something like that.
Hey, that's what it do. Good.